Man, that's just a fight where it's two undefeated fighters, two champions. Shakur got that style where it's hard to hit.
You touched on Mike Perry there. We all know he brings the pressure, brings the heat. How much of a test are you expecting him to bring compared to the other MMA guys we've seen Jake in with?
Well, the thing with Mike is he's fresh. He's not washed up. You know what I'm saying? I think guys like let's say Ben Askren, right? He was at the end.
Yeah.
But a guy like Mike, man, he's on his game. He's knocking dudes out. He's undefeated in bare knuckle boxing, which is very similar to traditional boxing. And one thing is I talked to Mike in the fighters meeting, and he trains as a boxer. He spars with 16-ounce gloves and things of that nature, man. He has a pro boxing team as well. So it's going to be a really hard fight for Jake, man. Like I said, it's 50-50.
There's people watching this, Gabe, who are going to be looking to have a bet. What's your prediction?
My thing is, it depends, right? So, like, Jake has the size advantage, which gives him that power advantage. But then Mike is just tough, and he's going to keep walking Jake down, so he could possibly break Jake down as far as just constant pressure. So it's just a matter of, can Jake make the adjustment of having Mike just walk him down constantly, or is his power really going to, put Mike in his place where it'll keep Mike honest, where maybe he's not going to be diving in as much. It just depends. Like I said, it's 50-50.
We look forward to it. Gabe, I want to talk to you a bit about Gennady Golovkin. Obviously, you fought him, must be about 10 years ago now, when he was absolutely like the monster. 11 now.
2013.
But we all have sort of assumed that we've seen the last of him in a boxing ring, but I saw some comments from him 2-3 weeks ago that he's considering making a return to the ring. What would your thoughts be on that if that was to happen?
Hey, I'm here for the rematch. What's up? That's news to me. I'm here for the rematch. What's up? Nah, man. That's funny. That's a fight that I've always wanted to run back, man. Look, man, if he comes back, man, props to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I understand what it feel like. I'm retired, but like, after some time of just being home and not having shit to do, you're like, yo, this just boring. It's just and it's not just that, man. It's just once a fighter, always a fighter. This is in your DNA, man. This is in your blood, and it's like you always want to challenge yourself. So if he comes back, man, I think it'll be dope.
You speak about yourself there. You're getting itchy knuckles. Could we see you back in the ring?
Yeah, man. We're working on it, but it's just a matter of the fight that makes sense. Putting myself in position to kind of come back, kind of like similar to what Chavez is doing. Chavez is putting himself in a get back into rhythm. Even though I wouldn't look past the guy he's fighting. I don't know his skill, but mentally he seems like a strong, tough guy. So, but like I said, man, I hope Chavez is able to pull it off.
That could be a fight, you and Chavez?
No, I think that'd be dope. I think it'd be dope if Chavez could pull this off. Maybe me and Chavez could do it in November on the Mike Tyson card with Jake, if Jake gets his win on Saturday.
For sure. Just want to ask you about your old division, the 768 pounds.
Yeah.
Obviously, Canelo, Alvarez, all 4 world titles. The fans want to see him, David Benavidez. We had Jaime Munguia last time. Now we're hearing Chris Eubank Jr., Edgar Berlanga. Either of those fights do anything for you?
If the Edgar Berlanga fight happens, it makes sense because he's the mandatory.
Yeah.
Now, the Eubank fight, I guess the only thing that makes sense there is Canelo's always talked about he's wanted to do a fight in London.
Yeah.
So I think that's a personal thing for Canelo where, he just wants to get a fight in London. And who's the name out there? Well, Eubank is the name. But I think I don't see Eubank really being a threat just because he's the smaller guy. And I just think the style-wise, Canelo just handles that fight pretty easy. But, I think it's just the element of it being in London, and Canelo always wanted to fight out there. So I think that fight probably makes the most sense for Canelo. As for the fans, I don't think the fans are interested in that fight, but I think it's more whatever Canelo wants to do right now.
As I said, David Benavidez, the man fans want to see Canelo Alvarez face. It's a fight that splits opinion. If it was to happen at some point later this year, what way are you leaning?
Well, you know that's a close fight, and I think that fight's not happening just it's because it's a business thing for Canelo. You know, I don't think Canelo's afraid of him. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's looking at him like, yo, this guy could beat me. I think it's more like okay, this is the fight y'all want, or this is the fight, then y'all got to pay up. Because if Canelo retired now, he's a Hall of Famer. Sure. So Benavidez, the way he views it, it's a fight he doesn't need. Because right now he's just making money. He can make money with Eubank. He can make money with Berlanga. So if y'all want that fight, then pay up. And I think that's why he asked for that ridiculous number. What was it, 100, 150 mil, which is a lot of money. But if you think about it, it's going to generate that kind of money and more, just because it's going to do big pay-per-view numbers, and it could sell out in a soccer stadium. You know what I mean? Everybody, the world wants to see that fight. So it's high demand. So he's in a situation where he's like, all right, y'all want that fight? Pay up. So, you know, you can't be mad at it. He put himself in that position to call the shots.
How did you think David looked up at 175 against Gvozdyk?
I think he looked okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, he mentioned that he had an injury, and there was a chance that he wasn't even going to fight. So just the fact that he pulled it through and was able to get the win, you know, what's his name again? Yeah, you know, he's a former champion. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't no walkover. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be able to pull off that win, you know, just says a lot about Benavidez and the kind of fighter that he is.
Last thing I want to get your thoughts on. In the lower weights, certainly in America, the fight fans want to see is Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. It's another one that looks up in the air to see the least, be it sides of the street, all the old issues. Yeah. If that was to happen, what way would you side with that one, Shakur or Tank?
Man, that's just a fight where it's two undefeated fighters, two champions. You know, Shakur got that style where it's hard to hit, but, you know, Tank is just, he's crafty, he has power. So it's a matter of power versus I guess you would say speed, even though Tank has speed, but Shakur just has that slick movement, and where it's hard to, it'd make it a little difficult for Tank to set that power up. But Tank is a special fighter, and he's proven himself to be a special fighter. Shakur, he's right there, but every time is that opportunity for him to like shine. He puts a performance where people are not enjoying it. Now, a boxing fan like me, like I get what he's doing, and I could appreciate it. But as far as the average boxing fan, they want to be entertained. They want to see what Tank's doing, and Tank's giving them knockouts. And Shakur is just making guys miss, and he's making them pay, which is the name of the game. But this is the entertainment business, and people want to see more action. And I think Shakur needs to take a page from Mayweather, where when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he had the skills and the ability to make you miss, but he made you pay, and he knocked you out and he took you out of there. So it's just a matter of Shakur making that adjustment where he can start getting guys out.
Well, Gabe, really appreciate you giving me some of your time. I'll let you go. Enjoy Saturday.
For sure.
Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Yeah.